Welcome to your guide to the M577 Armoured Personnel Carrier, also known as the Light Armoured Tactical Response Vehicle. Overview. The M577 was designed as a lightweight armoured personnel carrier capable of being transported rapidly into combat aboard the UD-4 dropship. The weight restrictions imposed on the M577 meant that the vehicle's components were designed to be as lightweight as possible, resulting in superior mobility. The chassis of the early prototypes were based on the M570 family of wheeled vehicles, developed for use in a range of roles throughout the 2160s. The final production chassis was constructed of bonded titanium. Dimensions. Despite its weight reduction, the vehicle remained as a large unit, measuring at a length of 9.22 metres with its turret stowed, or 8.58 metres with the turret raised. It taped out at a width of 3.38 metres and a height of 2.17 metres with a turret stowed, or 2.81 metres with its turret raised. The vehicle weighed at a combat weight of 14,500 kilos, which was under the 15,000 limit imposed by the USCM. Engine and drivetrain. The APC's power is supplied by batteries located at the rear of the vehicle. The 286 kilowatt Arco Continental R-370 multi-fuel gas turbine is used to generate electricity when the batteries are low. The APC has a maximum range of 140 kilometers on a single charge, but will use the turbine to recharge the cells, increasing the range to 580 kilometers. The microturbine can be run on a variety of fuels, including diesel, biofuels, compressed natural gas, and liquid petroleum. The drivetrain is based around a four-wheel drive layout by utilising an electric hybrid propulsion system. The 159 cm diameter wheels are independently driven and house the internal direct drive Rotodynamic Industries axle motor. Performance. Despite its impressive mass, the M577 possesses some surprising performance figures. At full throttle, the vehicle can reach a top speed of approximately 150 km or 93 miles per hour and accelerate to 42 km an hour in 6 seconds. Wheels, tyres and suspension. The wheeled configuration does not provide the same level of cross-country performance as track vehicles, however the wheels can steer independently for increased manoeuvrability. The tyre pressure is controlled by a central regulation system, allowing the driver to reduce the vehicle's ground pressure over soft terrain by deflating the tyres, then reinflate them for road travel. Normally, ground clearance is approximately 22 centimeters, but the vehicle incorporates fully active hydropneumatic suspension, allowing for a clean ride even over rough terrain. If necessary, the suspension can boost clearance by up to 30 centimeters, which combined with the vehicle's large tyres allows the M577 to tackle vertical obstacles up to half a metre in height. Finally, the tyres are armoured against small arms fire as well as shrapnel from small explosions. Operation. The midsection of the APC contains the Tactical Operations Centre, a comprehensive suite of audio and video uplinks that allow the section commander to oversee combat operations without leaving the vehicle. From here, the commander can stay in contact with the vehicle's infantry complement, monitor their EKG or EEG readings, view operations in real time via the feed sent from the Marines' M10 helmet cameras, and communicate with the outside world to a radius of 100 miles. The command chair is affixed to rails in the cabin floor, allowing the user to traverse the length of the Tactical Operations Centre at will. During drops, this seat locks back against the rear bulkhead. Weapons and equipment. The M577 is outfitted with a formidable array of weaponry in order to serve its purpose as a fast-deploying tactical assault vehicle. Some of its most notable arsenal includes the roof turret. The vehicle's primary weapon is in the form of a roof-mounted turret to the rear that offers a 360-degree field of fire and the ability to engage targets from the protection of a hull-down position. This self-contained unit is mounted on a track that runs down the rear of the APC, allowing it to be elevated and depressed between +85 and -7 degrees. Hydraulic rams allow it to be tilted up to 15 degrees in all axes, which provides additional elevation or a consistent level firing platform. The turret can be controlled automatically or manually through the TOC, or even operated from the gunner's position inside the APC. Within automatic mode, millimeter wave targeting radars mounted in the turret are able to communicate with the APC's sensor array, allowing the weapons to track and engage targets detected by the vehicle's primary sensor suite. Alternatively, the turret can utilize its own ground mapping and search functions to acquire targets autonomously. A forward cupola mounted on the starboard side of the vehicle contains a pair of synchronized Republic Electric RE700 20mm rotary cannons. These are fed by a 1,700 round multi-feed ammunition dispenser, offering a selection of high explosive armor piercing and beehive type anti-personnel flechette rounds. The forward cupola is capable of tracking targets automatically by interfacing with the APC's main sensors. The RE700 uses a binary propellant system where the individual rounds carry no propellant of their own. They are mechanically fed into the gun's revolving chambers before being sprayed with hypergolic binary propellants that ignite and launch the round. This system offers substantial weight, rate of fire, and reliability advantages over traditional caseless weapon designs. One disadvantage of the weapon's position is that it can only cover the APC's forward arc, traversing between 60 degrees left and right of axis, and cannot be fired from a hull-down position. The DSGR Smart Missiles. The M577 is also equipped with 2 missile launchers, which are concealed beneath panels on the vehicle's roof when not in use. These DSGR Smart Missiles are capable of destroying light armor and other high-value targets. Furthermore, the missiles are fitted with a range of guidance systems, including automatic lock-on before launch and lock-on after launch capabilities. They can also be remotely laser-guided from the APC's gunner station. Armour and defence systems. The M577's chassis incorporates a 5 cm foam pack floor cavity to protect occupants against mines and other explosives. The hull is constructed of 2mm thick light alloys and is latched and bonded rather than welded to the chassis in order to increase its durability. This is also coated with 2mm of ablative resin. Internally, the hull is lined with 2mm boron carbide ceramic tiles, each of which is coated with a polymer resin to prevent cracks or shattering during normal travel, as well as protection against pulse laser weapons. The tiles are also backed with a thick layer of woven fire-resistant polymer 3mm Venlar armour that limits spalling in the event of hull penetration. The driver's forward windshield is constructed of exceptionally tough quartz armoured crystal. The M577's armour is relatively light, yet capable of defeating battlefield shrapnel, small arms munitions, and low-velocity armour-penetrating rounds. However, its resistance against dedicated anti-tank weaponry is minimal. Another design weakness is the slab-sided profile, which generates a high radar cross-section on the battlefield. In addition to the armour, the M577 possesses more active defence systems such as the smoke, chaff, decoy flare dispenser mounted to the rear of the vehicle, which is supplied by a multi-cartridge rotary feed. Aside from obstructing a pursuer's vision, the smoke deployed disrupts ranging or pulsed lasers. The APC is also fitted with a fire control jammer capable of spoofing millimeter wave tracking radars, although power available for this system is limited. These defensive countermeasures are automatically deployed if activated by the driver or section commander. Digital equipment and sensors. All the vehicle's sensors can be activated either by the driver or the section commander in the TOC. Periscope ports provide vision to the side and front quarters of the vehicle, as forward view vision is limited due to the small windshield. Multifunction screens by the driver and commander's positions present a sensor fusion peripheral display of the tactical area. Despite taking up a significant portion of the cabin space, the tactical operations console is essential to the small force command, control, communications and intelligence available to the Marines in combat maneuvers. All Marines associated with the APC are linked via electronic signal to the TOC through a bank of individual data terminals. This provides essential data feedback for the overseeing commanding officer, who can influence the battle with tactical analysis. The real-time display of a Marine's helmet camera allows the commanding officer the ability to make essential decisions and direct a soldier's actions without verbal radio updates. The computer-assisted visual log of the information collected by the non-contact transducers in the M3 Marine armour is also streamed into the TOC. This data alerts the commanding officer of the physiological condition of the Marine squad linked to the APC, regardless of audio-visual transmissions. Additionally, these provide a longitudinal comparison graph to the onboard medical officer, allowing them to make an assessment of the Marine's mental and physical health. The four primary sensors which provide this crucial information are the ECG, BCG, EEG, and EOG readings. Aside from the aforementioned sensors, the TOC uses multiplex radio signals and computer software to display and manage other critical battlefield data. The section commander can monitor data streams from remote unattended ground sensors, robot sentries, reconnaissance drones, and satellite surveillance. Ultimately, this means that the commander can influence the battle from a safe position. Another useful feature of the M577 is the roof-mounted white and infrared searchlights, which offer powerful illuminations of targets. These lights are supplemented by a sensor cluster that can sweep a 270-degree zone in front of and around the vehicle. This array possesses a thermal imager, video optics with magnification from ×4 to ×20, an ultraviolet detector, and a motion tracker which has an effective range of approximately 3,000 meters against man-sized targets in open terrain. Finally, the M577 has an autopilot system and associated sensors that allow it to automatically load itself into the payload bay of a Cheyenne dropship for perfect positioning and rapid deployment. Crew and passengers. The M577 is operated by a crew of 2, being the driver and section commander. It allows for 12 seated passengers with 8 at the rear of the cabin and another 4 along the starboard side, 2 of which are forward of the main access door. All seats possess harness restraints to ensure occupants are safe during orbital combat drops, with the exception of the gunner's seat, which is unoccupied during a drop. The vehicle has a smaller driver's hatch on the port side, and primary access is available via a sliding door on the starboard side. The vast interior space allows for ample weapon storage, meeting the Marine 70 requirement that states it necessary for the vehicle to carry sufficient ammunition and supplies for up to 3 days of fighting. This was your guide to the M577 APC.